0.5-liter EcoBoost and a 6F35 transmission. And the customer complaint was there's a message that came up on the dash about transmission maintenance or service or something like that. And the vehicle neutraled out, and just basically as they were coming to a stop, it went into neutral, just wouldn't do nothing. I went out to test drive the vehicle to verify the concern. Started up great, started to pull off absolutely fine. And when I went to go pull off, I could hear a transmission pump whine sound. And it was like it was a low fluid sound. Some of you have been asking for some more 6F35 type content. Well, here we are, Ford Escape on the rack. And there are 6 codes present in the computer, all for incorrect gear ratio. P0731, 732, 733, 734, 735, 736, I want to say. 5 or 6. Anyhow, 735. It could be from bad fluid. It could be from low fluid level. It could be from a bad torque converter. It could be from internal valve body issues of the transmission. So what I'm going to do now is pull the lower cover off, and I'm actually going to test the fluid, smell it, look at it, see where it's at, check the fluid level, see what it's going to need. And then if it needs fluid and stuff, I'm going to have them run down and actually get me... What's up, man? How are you? I'm going to have them run down and get me a couple quarts, if not more, of LV, the Mercon LV fluid or the equivalent, so I could service the transmission. Or at least top it off so it's not neutraling out or just zeroing out completely. I got some coffee right here I'm going to grab real quick. Remember, guys, this channel does have channel membership. You can actually go under the videos once they're loaded, or if a video you're watching, you can scroll over, it says membership. You can click on it, you can become a member. Some of you that are shop owners, some of you that are other techs that are looking for extra help and stuff during the day, that's one way that you can actually gain direct access to me. Once you become a channel member, you have videos sooner, you have more access to me, you have help with your diag process and stuff. If you need personal advice that takes more than just a few minutes to explain things, I'll spend the time that I need explaining things to you. But that's with channel membership, and this video has that. So certain perks you get, certain ones you don't. And then there are some shops have become channel members, but they pay a little bit extra so they can contact me every month, and I can help some of their techs work through diag procedures. Do you think I could swap my oil pan on a 2020 F-150 to that new Dorman one on jack stands? I think you need to disconnect cross support 2.7. Yeah, and please, as you're coming in and you're watching the video, give it a thumbs up. Appreciate you. I know there's music going in the background, but because I'm going to try to drown it out as much as possible with things that I'm doing over here. The music kind of kills the monetization, but it is what it is. I can come back, re-record the video, and then add my own commentary to it if I really wanted to, and then re-monetize it that way. As for the jack stand thing, I don't know, buddy. I don't know. That's kind of up to you. If I wanted to do it, I know I could. Do I recommend doing it? It's going to be a pain in the butt doing it on your back. Haro Rider, good afternoon. So let me get this cover off here so we can get to business here and see if this fluid level's low, and that's why this thing's neutraling out. Okay, as long as you can barely hear it, that's good. I can also turn a fan on over here as well, so I'm making myself some coffee right now because I'm starting to have the afternoon crash. I'm starting to get tired. I just ate about a pound of prime rib. Oh yeah, Ryan, for dinner on Saturday, maybe come with an appetite. I told my wife I wanted traditional dinner, like I wanted like a Longhorn style ribeye with like Parmesan encrusted layer on top of it with like mashed potatoes and gravy and just normal food, normal traditional American dinner, steak dinner. But I want the Longhorn Steakhouse way with the Parmesan crust. She makes it absolutely amazing. So come with an appetite. If you're coming, come with an appetite. If anything changes, I do understand. We could always do something some other time. Saturday, I turned 40, and then the very next day, my parents want me to go up to Elgin with them and have a I want to say late lunch, early afternoon, I don't know what you want to call it, like 2 o'clock, and have some Mexican food for another celebration of my birthday with them. So, that'll be coming up this weekend. Big 440. All right, let's get this covered. Enough talking. The only reason I'm kind of being as lax as I am right now is because I've already hit my hours plus for the day, so I'm kind of like anything. I'm already in bonus mode basically. Yes. Let's see. T27. T27. What will my midlife crisis vehicle be? I want a 85 to 93 Fox body Mustang, either with a Coyote conversion, an LS conversion, or just more modernized. I'd really like to have one. It's like a 351 Windsor worked out to a like a 400 and some cubic inch with like a turbo or supercharger. Ideally, the ultimate dream would be like a built big block in a Fox body Mustang that I can street, that I can daily every day. A Coyote based 6R80 would be absolutely amazing. Being at the VW dealer, do you find you work on the majority VW, or do you have you work on trade-ins? I don't work on VWs too much like I do, but I mean I can work on VWs. I have. I mainly work on everything else that's on the road, because auction, trade-in, dealer trade, all of the extended warranty stuff, any of the wholesale stuff that's sold retail but that ends up having a bunch of problems, that all goes through me. I'm the only one in the business that's in that department. Some of the other guys can help with certain vehicles, but most of them don't touch the vehicles that I touch. Looks like there's a rodent that's been eating some food on top of the lower engine cover. I just turned 53. Nice. 53 young, right? '53 young. 6F35, it can be tricky. When you look at this thing, the drain plug is here. The fill plug is back here. It's the tip of this light right here. It's right there. And you want it barely dripping out of that plug when you fill it up. And you want to leave this vehicle in, you want to leave it running to test the actual full level to be 100% accurate. You can get it closed cold, but it's not the 100% accurate way. What I would do is I would fill it cold until it's just barely dripping out, and then get up in the vehicle, start it up, and let it continually get hot. And if you have a scan tool, monitor it. If not, I would say shoot for about 30 minutes, 20-30 minutes of kind of like getting it up to 1500 RPM, back down for a couple minutes, back up for a couple minutes, back down for a couple minutes, back up for a couple minutes. You got to get that trans hot so the fluid can expand and level off where it needs to be. Really, you should be monitoring with a scan tool. You want your trans fluid temperature to be somewhere around 200 to 210 degrees ish, and it's like 195 to 210 or 190 to 210, somewhere in there. So I try to shoot for about 200. 8 back surgeries at 53. Holy shoo! No, thank you. No, no, no. No, 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 sir. Not me. Heck no. I forget what size that is. It's a really big size. It's like a, not a big size. I don't know if it's a 12 or a 14. What do I got right here? That's an 8. It looks definitely bigger than an 8. Man, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've had to service one of these. Yeah, definitely not an 8. I thought it was like a 12. I gotta go get my, well, what is this? It's a 9. It's definitely not. I'll check it anyway. Definitely not a 9. It's gotta be 10 to 12 like I thought. I thought I had one right here. Well, I gotta go to my toolkit over here. My light just died, so I gotta get my other one. I ended up getting a special socket just for that. I had it. It's the only thing that I use. That's it. It's got to be a 10. It's a 10 or a 3/8. The 3/8 fits really good, but I think the 10 would fit a little bit. Sorry, I had that in the wrong spot. I think the 10 would fit a little better. And what I use is I use a 3/8 ratchet like this, and I'll use a extension, like a 10-12 inch extension, and I go behind this, or I go alongside the CV axle into the inlet hole, and that's how I break it loose. Actually, it was abnormally not loose, but normally when you get that plug out of there, it goes pop really, really, really hard. I mean, I wouldn't be against that, Brian, but I have to make sure that I can make it back to my children and my wife. So to be honest with you, as much as I'd like to go out there and stomp the shit out of some liberals that are just absolutely insane, it's not going to solve anything. They're just going to get more mad. Then they're going to look for a way to dox you and your whole family. And then they're going to try to pep each other up enough to get some of this false courage, so somebody makes a mistake and hurts somebody, and then they're going to get hurt back. And it's going to be this perpetuated back and forth thing. It's not going to solve a damn thing. What needs to happen is these people all need to be rounded up and shipped off to a damn prison or something like Alcatraz, and let them live there. And the more people that want to do this stuff that create chaos and turmoil, look, we can believe different things. We don't have to all agree and believe the same thing. But when you start taking to the street and start impeding how other people move back and forth between location to location, and they live their daily lives, you get in the way of law enforcement and military, and you act like you have a right to do that, you've obviously lost your mind, and you don't deserve to be living with the rest of society. You should be locked up, locked away, and studied for the insane person that you are. Because doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is going to make you insane. It's going to make you a 100% diagnosed insane person that needs to be studied. And we're going to call it TDS study or LRS study or something like that. That's how it should be. Because there's not a single sane liberal or conservative that says that this is right what they're doing. None. There's actually a ton of Democrats that have come forward and what are you guys doing, man? These people aren't even really Democrats at this point. They're just antagonists that are just looking for problems. There was a musician today that I seen. He's a Democrat, and he was like, as much as I love the protesting and stuff and the flag waving and standing up and voicing your opinion for what you believe in, these people are doing some really dumb stuff by putting their life on the line, by going out and getting in these streets and being violent and trying to block officers and stuff like that. They're asking for what they get. And he was just 100% spot on. He was like, nobody in their right mind is going to go think that going against law enforcement officers with pepper spray and handcuffs and tasers and guns and everything else is going to be the way to solve anything, because it's not. And if you really wanted to do stuff like that, you should be doing that in the hundreds, if not thousands. And they definitely don't have those numbers. And then you have to have somebody backing you up to get away with it. And they have none of that. So why even do it? Stupid. Absolutely stupid. If I really wanted to, I can't finish saying what I want to say. If a person was smart, they would think more about how to protect their backside if they're going to go out and do stuff like this, to make sure they don't end up on the wrong side of the stick, or the wrong side of the door, or the wrong side of the chains. These people are not smart. They're dummies. Stop. That transmission is smoked. That transmission it's smoked. It's jet black and it's gritty and it's way overfilled because the material from the clutches and stuff have ended up in the fluid, raising the fluid level to the point where it's just gushing out of there. That transmission fluid is absolutely smoked, and I bet you I just ruined this sweater because I'll never get this smell out of here. It is smoked. Oh, God. Ah. Well, somebody never done their fluid services, that's for sure. And it went all the way down my freaking arm. I felt it almost all the way to my armpit. And now I'm going to try to take this off without getting shit on me. Oh, man, I did not want to go to this lower. I wanted to keep the big shirt on all day. So when I get home, I can take the outer shirt off, and I have this shirt. In case Mama needs help with the baby real quick and I don't have time to really go wash up, I could just grab the baby and not have mechanic clothes touching her. Okay, it just stopped at my elbow. We're good. I'll be able to deal with that. Yeah, I should go. You know what I should do is I'm going to go tell them I want some... Let me get the approval for a trans service real quick. I know what they're going to tell me to do. Well, what can you do to try to stop this from happening? At this point, the transmission is pretty much done. I can try to buy them some time and see if I can flush what's in there out and get some better fluid in there. But I don't believe that's going to help. It's worth a shot at this point, but it's looking like it's going to end up needing a transmission. This transmission, with it being every single gear ratio, all that fluid with all that grit and stuff is in that valve body. It's absolutely smoked. The torque converter smoked. Best I can try to do is flush it out as much as possible 2 or 3, 4 times and see if I can get it running right again. But then that could be a lot of wasted time and money. So I want management to tell me what they want me to do. So I shall please just give me a minute. I'll be right back and I'll tell you what they say. Don't go anywhere. There's 14 of you here. Stay here. I'll be right back. I'm not gonna take my time. I'll be back. It's got incorrect gear ratio for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this front wheel drive? It's just a front wheel drive, 1.5 liter, 6F35. Alright, put it in. Yeah. They don't even want to mess with it, they said. They said don't even mess with it. We're not going to try to baby it and get it along and stuff like that. Customers got an extended warranty. They bought it from us 4 or 5 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever it was, a few months ago. I don't really know. The extended warranty should pick it up with what we found so far and what the computer says, basically. So you not even worry about it at that point. Don't try to baby it. Do the right thing and just quote out a good new transmission and a used transmission. So that's what I'll do, is I'll work on getting that quoted out. They don't even want to mess with it, which I agree. I didn't either. I thought for sure they were going to be like, well, at least try to flush it or something. I was like, and I told them that's just not going to work at all. So yeah. Yeah, okay. So So 6P0731, it says low reverse clutch system faults, forward clutch system faults. Clear the code, see if it returns. It does return. Incorrect gear ratio for gear 2, which is a P0732, which is present. Intermediate clutch system faults, includes non-electrical SSC faults, main control valve body. 733, gear 3, incorrect ratio. For shift concerns, 2-3 hard shift, soft slipping, valve body and clutch material. Gear 4, overdrive clutch system faults, includes non-electrical SSD. And gear 5, incorrect ratio, direct clutch system fault, includes non-electrical SSB faults, valve body, clutch. So it's internal failure of the transmission is what it is, what it all comes down to. So, I will write it up as needing a transmission. Bulbs are good, windshield washer spray is good, windshield condition is good, upholstery is good, emergency brake is good, horn is good, fuel tank is good, clutch operation doesn't apply. And they wanted me to check the battery as well. I am going to put you guys back over here. I'm going to put this lower cover back on. Yeah, I will. I mean, if they did that was my size, that'd be great on the 2X, 3X, depending on, because of the weight that I've lost so far. But their stuff fits tight, and I definitely don't want a tight hoodie. I'm not a huge tight hoodie fan. I like loose clothes. All right. I definitely don't like tight clothes, that's for sure. Well, we've got a smoked transmission. Yay! Send it to the dealer. Send it to the dealer. Check the battery. Is this thing not charging? I wasn't charging. That was weird. Yeah, that's what I mean. And when I get down to a 2X, you know, extra large, whatever, if I can get down into it, I probably won't get less than a 2X. Even when I was super fit and didn't have any fat and stuff on my body and just like a big muscular guy when I was in the military, I still wore a 2X. I probably will go be 2X, but I'll wear a 4X because that's just how I roll as well.
Last one. And that's going in the trash. No?
And the battery failed miserably. Way too much internal resistance. So there we go. How tall am I? I'm only 5'10". I'm short, or average height, whatever you want to call it. tread depth. Let me check the tires real quick. The tires are like new. Brakes are like new, tires are like new. At least that part they got down. So tread is 8. Almost a 9. No abnormal tire wear. Brake linings are all at like 10s. Somebody got a good one. Well, that part's good anyway. And then the transmission. The transmission. Dipstick, transmission replacement automatic. 6F35. No. Fluid burned. Clutch material in fluid, and codes P07 31 through P0735 present in computer, which is incorrect gear ratio. No, it's not gear ratio, it's incorrect ratio. Also, neutrals out at a stop and has to be shut off and restarted to continue, and sometimes happens while driving. Necessary to remove and replace transmission. Please quote out a new and used transmission for extended warranty. Quote out CV axle, nut, strut hardware, the knuckle, sway bar link, and I want to say 3 gallons. Mercon, no, not even say 12 quarts. Let me see how much fluid this transmission takes. Fluid types and capacities. Mercon LV QX10 QLV. Yeah, Mercon LV. 8.98 quarts. Yeah, so 3 gallons is what I'll take. No. Capacity is 8.98. So we'll call it 10. 10, no, I want 12. Sorry. 12, just in case I need more. And may need to go to dealer for programming. I can do the programming, but I'm not sure if my scan tool is up to date enough. So may end up having to send it down the street to the dealer. I mean, seeing as I was a Ford tech, I can do this. I have the software and the interface and all that, but see how much time they give you for this. It says parts and labor is the drive plate, the filter, the input sensor, output shaft sensor, the transaxle, trans mount. With sport package, without sport package, shift cable control. Oh yeah, gear shift bushing. I'll end up replacing that too. Once you take those off and they've been there for a while, they like to come back off again. Gear shift bushing from cable end. Transmission R&I. Says you get transmission R&I at 8.8 hours, and then R&R drive plate add 0.2, are in our front pump seal, add 0.3, add 0.2. So I'm going to put on there 10 hours in case they get a used one and I have to change some of the seals out. Probably should go 11 hours. I'll try for 11 hours and see if the extended warranty pays. If we get a used transmission, I want new torque converter nuts, and what else do I need? If it's a used transmission, what else do I need? They can approve pretty quick, but normally when it's a costly repair, like it's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 repair plus, they like to send an advisor out or adjuster out so that you can actually show them the fluid, show them the faults in the computer, show them it crapping out while you're driving. They want to see all those things to make sure you're not trying to take advantage of them. And I'm always, every time an adjuster has ever worked with me when I was a general manager, or as a tech here, when an adjuster comes out to work with me, I have everything laid out for them when they come in the door. They don't have to wait for nothing. I get right to business. Here's the VIN, here's the miles, here's the codes present in the computer, here's my fluid sample, done. There you go, let's go drive it, done, documented. A couple hours later, order the transmission. But a lot of techs don't go those extra steps to make sure all the stuff is lined up because some of them have a bad attitude and they just don't want to put forth the extra effort. What's up, my son, my chocolate son? How are you? Jay Swearbo in the house. And all he wants to do is make you bounce. Just go ahead and add it the way it is right there. If I need to adjust anything, I can always adjust later. The labor alone is $2,400 because we are a higher labor rate shop. I think send it. If we need to adjust, we can adjust later. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. That's a diag, but not a repair. That's something that you just don't want to mess with. You don't want to try to flush and do all this other stuff on a transmission like this. I thought for sure they were going to tell me, well, at least try. Which the extended warranty company may say, hey, no, try to flush it out first and let's see if it works. And I have to do what they say. And then when it doesn't work, they're going to come back and say, oh man, now we got to get a transmission. So you guys can find one. Keep it pretty fair. If you can't find one that's a pretty fair price, then we have vendors that we can find and we can send it to you. So we typically try to make it work so we can get our own transmission, because the extended warranty companies will literally find the cheapest transmission out there and send it to you. So, hello motor. Another one bites the dust. That's it. I got nothing else. I'm out. Gotta get this vehicle out of my stall and get the next one in the stall. Finished a couple big ticket jobs today, so hours today are a little inflated. Inflated, I should say. So, if you guys are done, I'm done. If you guys don't have nothing else to say, try to catch you a little bit later, if possible. See if I can work out a little bit before bed. I didn't do much of a chest workout this morning, but I did enough to be sore. Do you have a Phillips screwdriver you can borrow? When are you going to go take your fucking size 11 boot up there and put it in management's ass and tell them, give me some fucking tools?
I can guess right.
What do you need, Phillips, you said?
Yeah, just the
Like a big one like this?
I think it matters.
Will that work, or you need smaller?
Actually, I think small. I
Smaller?
think that is small space.
I mean, I got. So you know the difference, right? There's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 3. That's a 1. It's really tiny. This is your standard size, which is a 2.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right. Catch you guys later. Appreciate y'all. Remember, if you're not a channel member, get on that membership. I send out free feet pictures. Ask my channel members; they'll tell you they get mechanic feet pictures. My channel members are into some weird stuff, man. They get feet pictures, and it makes them happy. Anyhow, I'm just saying. Y'all take care. Be blessed. I'm out of here. Love y'all.